How do tardigrades survive in space? Have you heard about these little creatures called tarantulas? Well, if you haven't, then get ready to be amazed by the superpowers that this little critter possesses. You see, the tardigrades are basically microscopic animals. That means that they weigh much smaller than the head of a pin and live almost everywhere on Earth, including Antarctica. And they come in different shapes, sizes, and colors, depending on the species. But even though they look like regular worms, don't be fooled because these guys can survive in space without any protection. Seriously, they can handle the crazy conditions out there, like the deadly radiation and the extreme temperatures. But how exactly do they pull off this amazing stunt? That's what we're going to find out in today's video. We'll dive deep into the secret world of the tardigrades and uncover the hidden powers that make them the ultimate space survivors. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the incredible world of these amazing creatures. As usual, at the beginning of our story, let us take a closer look at the tardigrade and understand its basic characteristics so that you can better understand how it survives in space. First, despite being an animal, the tardigrade has a simple body structure. It doesn't have a lot of organs or systems like humans do. Instead, its body consists of only 4 pairs of legs and claws that it uses to crawl around. Its body looks kind of plump with a thick, tough shell that keeps it safe from predators. The tardigrades are just a few millimeters long, which makes it hard to spot them with the naked eye. Plus, there are more than 1,000 different kinds of these creatures. Most of them live in water on land, hanging out on moss, rocks, and plants. They prefer calm waters where they can feast on algae and tiny organisms like rotifers and nematodes. Now here comes the fun part. These little worm-like creatures have a superpower that lets them survive in extremely harsh conditions. For example, they can withstand temperatures ranging from negative to 173 degrees Celsius to more than 100 degrees Celsius. Plus, they can live in places with high amounts of salt, radiation, and even outer space. So yeah, they're pretty much unstoppable. Just to give you an idea of how incredible these creatures are, they can survive without water for more than 100 years, which is longer than the lifespan of many animals that live in comfortable environments. To put that in perspective, a goldfish can live for 10 years in optimal conditions. Yet this tiny creature can survive without water for a whopping 120 times longer. That's just mind-boggling. But how do they do it? Well, the tardigrades have a secret weapon that allows them to survive in space without getting hurt. It's called cryptobiosis, which is basically a fancy word for entering a state of suspended animation. Basically, when they encounter a dangerous situation, like running out of water or facing extreme temperatures, they can slow down their metabolism to really low levels. And then once the danger passes, they can just wake up and get on with their lives. Pretty cool, right? But wait, there's more. There are actually 4 types of cryptobiosis, each triggered by a different kind of environmental stress. When they face dehydration, they trigger anhydrobiosis. When they're exposed to freezing temperatures, they enter cryobiosis. When they encounter salty environments, they activate osmobiosis. And when they run out of oxygen, they use anoxibiosis. It's like they have a superpower that helps them survive in any environment. But that's not all. During cryptobiosis, their body undergoes some pretty amazing changes. For example, when they're dehydrated, they lose 95% of the water in their bodies and their metabolism slows down to less than 0.01% of its usual rate. That's like going from 100 to 50 in a blink of an eye. But that's not the only thing that happens. They also produce special molecules like trehalose that protect their cells from drying out. And when they're frozen, they make sure that their cells don't burst by controlling the amount of water inside them. And when they're dealing with salty environments, they get rid of extra salt by pumping it out of their bodies. And when they don't have enough oxygen, they go into a state called anoxibiosis where their metabolism slows down until they can get some fresh air. It's like they have a secret stash of superpowers that they can use when they need them. And it gets even cooler. While in this state, they can survive for years, decades, or even centuries, which is a long time to be waiting for things to improve. But when things get better, they can just wake up and go back to their normal lives. Isn't that crazy? Okay, let's talk about what happens to tardigrades when they go to space. Now, when they're in space, they're exposed to a whole bunch of crazy conditions like the vacuum, deadly radiation, and extreme temperatures. But you already know that the little guys have their secret weapon, cryptobiosis. So they slow down their metabolism and protect their cells, which allows them to survive for a long time in space. But here's the thing, they can't stay in this cryptobiotic state forever. They can only last around 10 days without turning back into their regular little worm cells. Now, in the past, scientists used to think that space was too harsh for tardigrades and that they needed some special treatment to survive. But they were wrong, really wrong. When the European Space Agency launched its TARDIS mission in 2007, which was specifically designed to study the effects of space on tardigrades, they found out that the little critters didn't need any special treatment at all. They could just chill out in an ordinary container and be fine. In fact, scientists were totally blown away by the results of the experiment. They found out that the tardigrades could handle the extreme conditions of space like champs. Exposure to the vacuum of space, cosmic radiation, and solar UV radiation for 10 days didn't even slow them down. And get this, some of them even managed to survive when they were directly exposed to open space and solar radiation. That's just insane. Scientists were so shocked by the results that they decided to send tardigrades into space again, this time on the Bion M3 mission launched by the European Space Agency in 2019. And guess what? The little guys did it again, surviving in space for up to 10 days without breaking a sweat. It's like these little creatures have a death wish, except they're not trying to die. They're just chilling out in space like it's no big deal. So if you ever see a tardigrade in space, just remember that it's not your average worm. It's a little alien that can survive anything. So do tardigrades never die? Well, not exactly. Despite their incredible survival skills, tardigrades aren't immortal. They need time to get into their cryptobiotic state, and sudden exposure to extreme conditions can kill them. Also, repeated stress can weaken them, and they raise still vulnerable in their active hydrated state like any other animal. But their ability to suspend their life functions and revive unharmed is truly unmatched in the animal kingdom. So while they might not be immortal, they're pretty close. These tiny creatures are true survivors, and they've earned their reputation as the toughest animals on the planet. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll be the key to helping humans survive in space, too. Overall, the tardigrade is a remarkable creature that has captured the attention of scientists and space enthusiasts alike. Its ability to survive in the harsh conditions of outer space is truly astonishing and has led to many questions about the limits of life itself. By studying the tardigrade, we may be able to learn more about the potential for life to thrive in other parts of the universe. So the next time you hear about the tardigrade, remember that it's not just a cute little worm. It is a symbol of the incredible adaptability and resilience of life in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. If you liked the video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See ya.